make a sound. 2 a.m. love, gotta keep it down. Don't wait around for a signal now. Give me some verb, I ain't talking now. You wanna ride in the 6, you wanna dine in the 6. But when I lean for the kiss, you said I'll probably send you some pics. And I'm like, hell nah, been waiting too long. Hell nah, I want that cruel love. Hell nah, been waiting too long. Hell nah, I want that cruel love. Body on my, losing all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, finding all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, losing all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, finding all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, losing all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, finding all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, losing all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, finding all my innocence. Yeah, on my, on my, on my, on my, since yeah, on my.
Are you guys ready for this? Put your hands together for everybody's favorite king of hell, Mr. Sheppard!
Pretty good. I like that. No, you have to do it with feeling. Sorry, I mean, your light there, that was terrible.
Oh yeah, oh, and I forgot to mention, we're going to be taking questions from the audience, and we've got microphones, I believe, on either side of the aisle. I should have checked this. Yeah, we do, look at that. Look at that, 2 microphones. So just line up there, and you guys can ask your questions, but...
We'll see how lazy the microphone people are, see if they should go into the middle or anywhere. But otherwise it'll just be the 3 people they know.
When did you get into Montreal?
I got in on Thursday during your disgusting heat wave.
Oh, perfect. I just have a quick question on behalf of the people of Montreal. You're the king of hell.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Not anymore. But as as the former king of hell, can you settle something? Montreal, the eternal flames of damnation. Which one is hotter?
I think what the difference is the eternal flames of damnation are a dry heat. And I think Montreal is just like walking into a mouth.
It really does make all the difference.
It was pretty disgusting. I was like, what the hell is going on here? Like your bagels were all steaming by themselves. I was like, it's really fun to be. It's a beautiful city. The middle of the city is really interesting. If you sort of squint at it and when it's really hot, it sort of looks like a sort of strange version of Marseille.
Exactly.
You know, bits of like, oh look, all the doors are like a foot off the ground.
Yeah, more strippers though.
But you know what? I did a series in '97 called Soldier of Fortune, and the second season they got rid of me, as they tend to do on TV shows.
I know you only did like what, like 13 seasons of Supernatch?
I did 8 years. But so you can't say Supernatch.
We have this argument backstage, and I was like, no, I'm starting a thing.
They will kill you for saying Supernatch.
What?
Yes.
None of my friends, they're all like, yo, you gonna go watch Supernatch?
Their eyes are all turning red. Look at that, I'm seeing a lot of demons.
Fine. I guess Mark Sheppard's the supernatural expert on this panel.
I'm the Supernatch expert, no matter what. And it doesn't fly. But no, so the second season of Soldier of Fortune was shot in Montreal. So, and I was like, I didn't get to go do that. And then, so the creation couldn't get that crap together to do a Montreal gig for years. And then I left the creation stuff just as they came to Montreal. So I was supposed to have been here like loads of times and I never made it. So now I'm here, just in time to hear the scariest French I've ever heard in my life.
As long as we know him, your character on Supernatural.
Is that you with the hat?
Yeah, that's me.
Good God. Does your head go all the way to the top of the hat?
I don't believe.
Oh no.
Okay, so your character is known to be like a cockroach, and then he became the king of hell. Well, every time he died, he somehow came
You're
back.
thinking about Sebastian Rocher. We used to call him Cockroche.
Yeah, well, no, probably went straight to middle management. Like, I want some job coaching.
You're the first person ever to totally understand the concept of Crowley, which is bad middle management. It's like a very bad middle management car salesman.
It's actually
Restaurant hell.
it's based on my boss. It's fine. not at the Comic-Con, my day job.
You do know this is going on the internet and your boss may see it.
Oh.
You're lovely. Anyway, sorry, after calling me a cockroach, I kind of lost interest.
They kind of call you that on the show, though.
Who?
Oh, Sam and Dean.
Who?
Oh my god.
Oh, Moose and Squirrel.
Yeah,
They
so
love me. They
You
love
have
me.
a redemption arc. I was wondering because
There's
there's
a
a lot of.
redemption arc? There was nothing to redeem. Maybe for them there was a redemption arc, not for me. I've always played the same thing.
There's a lot of mixed opinions.
She doesn't listen, she just talks.
I'm
Are you married? No? You want to know why? Sorry, just being a cockroach.
Life coaching with Mark Sheppard.
There's not much difference between me and Crowley. So what was your point?
There's a lot of mixed opinions between the fandom with how you died
How do you know?
on social media.
Oh, you read social media and take it seriously? We've got a president who does that. We don't. It's like the end of a blue. Finished with it. It's not serious.
I was wondering what your opinion was on how you love the show.
I don't have an opinion. I have an experience. My opinion on how I love
No,
the show.
but the character, if you were okay with how he died in the end.
I didn't like season 11 and 12 for me. It didn't make any sense for me at all. There's a lot of things about it which are like I did 8 years. It was the first 5 years of the show were Kripke's invention and they were brilliant. It was a great idea. They brought me in the middle of 5 and they were moving towards an apocalypse. That was the end of it. And they hired a new showrunner. Sarah Gamble was brought in to be a showrunner for season 6. And it's a really difficult thing to do is restart a show that's supposed to end. So she did an amazing job with season 6. Season 6 has French Mistake, has Weekend at Bobby's, it has some great episodes in it, really, really good episodes. And that was a great season, and that was like turning around a cruise ship. It was like really hard to get around the corner. So she managed to do that, I'm always grateful for that. 7 was awful, it was just dreadful. And it had nothing to do with my great friend James Patrick Stewart played Dick Roman. It was literally an excuse to say Dick 400 times. That's all it was. That would have made a really good season 12, but it was actually unfortunately a season 7, and we needed a really good season 7. It didn't work out great. And then Jeremy came back for season 8, and he was like, you know what we need to do is Angels and Demons. So 8 is fantastic. I think 8 is probably one of the best seasons ever. It's like it took all the great stuff out of 1 to 5 and bits of 6 and the whimsy of 6 to make a really, really good season. And 8 has a through story, which is really good. And the end of 8 is my favorite. If anyone was going to ask that question, you're screwed, because that's what the answer is. The end of 8 was my favorite thing to do, which we shot in sequence, which is very unusual. It was so heavy and such a big deal, we shot all of those end scenes in order so that it would build in the way that it built. And I think it showed, I thought it was brilliant. And 9 was really good. The end of 9 was Demon Dean, right? And that they should have gone on an awful lot longer, but they didn't. They only did like 3 episodes of it, which would have been great. Now they're doing it. Now they're doing it again, but it's like it's a different thing. But so 10, yeah, 10 was pretty damn good, but sort of changed in the middle a bit, and sort of the end of 10 was interesting. 11 to me was me eating peanuts in a bar at the end. It did nothing for me. It had no reason for me to do much. And 12 was me doing the same scene over and over again until it finally worked out that my character has suddenly become rendered stupid and pokes Lucifer endlessly going, "There's nothing you can do," which sort of put me to sleep for most of it, when it wasn't frustrating and infuriating me. So it was kind of depressing, and then it came to the end, and it was pretty obvious they were writing me into a corner. So I packed up all my stuff and I drove it all back down to LA, and I came back to do the last few episodes. But by a person who's supposed to notice if I don't spark out. So it didn't make any sense that he didn't notice that I wasn't dead. So I was like, they just kept writing themselves into a corner with this. I called Andrew and I spoke to Andrew about the final episode, and he changed a lot of it, an awful lot of it. He wrote a bunch of stuff about Fergus and stuff, and I was like, doesn't mean anything. It's like the Fergus stuff never meant anything to me because I'm not Fergus. That's the problem we always had. So we had this wonderful actress, Ruth Connell, played Rowena. So because she's been here too. I love her dearly. She's a truly wonderful girl. But she should never have played my mother. It didn't make any sense at all. Crowley doesn't have a mother. Fergus has a mother, but Fergus is a 4-foot-tall Scottish crofter who sold his soul for three extra inches of penis. I can't do that in centimeters, but I can pretty much guess. But the problem with that is that she should have been like my ex-wife or something. It would have been genius if she was my ex-wife. It would have been an antagonistic relationship which she would have played the hell out of. So we did something really good with it. She played the hell out of playing the mother role. I think she just enjoyed the fact that she could torture me with the idea of mother. And the fact that Crowley doesn't have a mother is what I was playing. It's like, well, if I don't have, everybody else has a mother, why shouldn't I? So I sort of adopted her as a mother, even though. So that last stuff that I ever did, which was when they say, oh, I said, oh, get Rowena to do it. And like, she's dead. And like Lucifer. So it's just a quick Jared impression. Who? So dead. I'm like, funny, I always thought it would have been me that killed her. It was a line I wrote. Andrew was like, that is a little cold. I'm like, yeah, but accurate. He goes, yeah, it's kind of right. So that was put in, and then there was this whole thing that we built, and we did it, and this whole thing about winners and losers and winning, and even when I lose, I win, and that got built into it. And then I came to do the ADR for the final episode when I watched it, and they cut it out. And I was like, fine. So whatever. So they cut out my final bit that I liked. So I made a t-shirt and raised money for it, so it was kind of cool. So my death, yeah, I mean, it's 8 years. They wrote me into a corner. They needed to do something different. I don't know that they necessarily needed to get rid of me, but it was their option, not my option. No actor ever gets to choose to leave a show, really. I mean, you sign deals for multiple years, so I signed a 4-year deal, and this was the 4th year, and they went, no, I don't. I'm like, take me off the poster, I'm gone. So I don't do windows. I don't go back and clean up after myself. So it's kind of an interesting thing. So I had a good time. It was nearly a decade of my life. I watched my co-stars go from being sort of young men to having children and being seriously married and doing wonderful things. And I got married and I had another kids. I've got 3 kids. We all got children. I was miserable when I started the series and became very happy as I ended it. So it's an interesting transition in my life. My life would be very different without it. I'm eternally grateful for it. It's an amazing thing. Hope that answered your question.
Thank you.
God. What's it like working with Jensen and Jared? I mean, like, for God's sake. I was telling somebody this one today. It's like, so what's it like working with Jensen and Jared? I mean, I've never heard that question before, obviously. So this poor girl, just same as this, lovely. By the way, your question's not that bad. Well, it is. It's supposed to. It's not your fault.
And probably would have loved to be on Price is Right, I think.
Yeah, Crowley on The Price is Right would be really boring. He'd win every round.
Yeah.
They did that as a Geico commercial or something, didn't they? Progressive, wasn't it? It's the person winning every week.
I didn't know about that one.
Crowley knows everything. So it's kind of boring. But no, so somebody's like, what's it like, Rick? I really love you and you're really cool and it's really nice to meet you and I'm a big fan of what you do. And what's it like working with Jensen and Joe? Sakes. So nobody ever goes and asks them what it's like working with me. So there's a video on YouTube of this same girl being brave enough to go to the guest talk, up to the mic, and she's shaking like a leaf. She goes, hi, I really like your work. It's really nice to see you. What's it like working with Mark Sheppard? And Jensen and Jared turned around to each other and went, short. Because you know one's like 6'5" and one's 6'2".
Oh,
I'm not
I know
sure.
their heights.
I'm not sure. My wife is tall.
So it's just like a random question. So like, Game of Thrones is still pretty big right now.
I'm not on that show.
No, I know. It's just a.
I know I have an accent, but I'm not on that show.
Not what I'm asking, but if you could be on Game of Thrones.
No. Time for one more.
We have time for 7 more questions if they keep going like this.
Hi. How is it like working with yourself? Just kidding.
You know? It's pretty fucking fantabulous. I like me. I didn't used to like me, but I like me now. It's a good thing. It's fun working with me. I don't know. I'm funny. Watch the gag reels in Supernatural. You'll see what I do.
For real, I would like to ask 2 things, if I can. Is it okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Well, that was one. Actually, that's 2 things. I'd like to ask 2 things. Is that okay? Next question.
Count, please. Okay. First of all, how many accents can you do?
1.
Like.
But they're all nicer than yours. Huh?
Hey, so after doing only Supernatural convention with creation, how do you think your experience is with fans, like in Comiccon and other cons?
Not to be mean to creation, but I think a lot of the shows were getting unaffordable. They were very good to me for a lot of years, but when I think the time that we got to spend was less and less and less, and the money was more and more and more. So I love coming to these. I can come more often and see you guys, and I really appreciate it. You know, to be honest, how long have we got?
Like a couple minutes.
That's cool. But to be
4 minutes
honest,
exactly.
okay. So to be honest, you know the reason why we come to these is I do this for this. This is the only reason why I like being here. It's like this is my idea of fun. To be able to come and annoy people. And we make television, as I said. Hey, how you doing? Hi. Give me 5. Good to see you. So I come and annoy the hell out of people. Because that's my job towards you. You okay? Good. We'll take care of him. If he's a pain in the ass, we'll get him. So I can't, look, we make television amongst our friends, 150 people making TV, so I get to do a TV show, I get to do all the things that I get to do. But I don't see you, I don't see an audience. I come from live music, I come from live theatre. So, right?
Oh yeah.
You're a comedian. So you know an audience is everything. We live or we die by our audience.
Yeah.
And you're breathing in and out, you're laughing, you're not laughing. In fact, you're terrified right now. In fact, how can I get to do this? It's a wonderful and beautiful thing. But not only for the fact that you support us, but I'm also really proud for the fact that you get in behind the things that we do. Like, I make fun of the angel all the time, like he's a pain in the ass. But you know, he builds orphanages and hospitals and schools, and he does things that mean something. And you guys come behind that, and the t-shirts that you buy, and the support you give, and the Gishwaz stuff, all of that stuff builds. The Hillywood Girls, they do a lot of stuff too. Watch what Felicia's doing. Look at all of these things that these guys are doing, and you come in behind and you support it. And it's a massive movement for change. It's kind of apolitical, it's kind of asexual, it's kind of non-religious, it's non-denominational, it's all of these wonderful things. It's humanist. We're coming together finally as an audience who care about what we're doing and trying to make the world a little bit less nasty than it was 10 minutes ago. That's what we're trying to do. And for that, I owe you guys so much, and thank you for letting me be here.
Driver picks the music. Shotgun shot his cackle.
Yeah, you wanna ride in 6, you wanna dine in the 6. But when I lean for the kiss, you said I'll probably send you some pics.
Nat, who's over there?
Mark Sheppard.
Crowley.
That cruel love, hell no, been waiting too long. Hell no, I want that cruel love. Body on my, losing all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, climbing on my innocence. Yeah, body on my, losing all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, climbing on my innocence. Yeah, body on my, losing all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, climbing on my innocence. Yeah, on my.
Once I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get a glimpse beyond this illusion.